What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little recap of season 1 of breeding. As you can see, we are fully stocked up with these little guys, and goes back and back. But good thing is this little guy and that little guy are actually shipping out, so that's pretty cool. I have my first ever order for a Crested Gecko, and I have not posted any of them like I said I was. I'm waiting a little bit until it gets a tiny bit warmer, but 40-degree shipping weather and up with a cryo pack is perfect. But right now I'm just feeding some guys, and then I'm gonna potentially walk through. I think I'm gonna potentially walk through with you guys my confirmed pairs for 2026. I've had a couple people reach out to me about 2 of them particularly that I've kind of kept under the wraps, but if you guys have been watching previous videos, you definitely know who I'm talking about. But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna put all these foods away, spray the babies up. I can show you a couple of them, and then we'll get to the rest of the video. Pretty much all it looks like: grabbing a food, putting it next to the little cork bark, and then spraying it all down. I spray the sides, a little bit of the plants, and then nighttime, especially for the babies, that'll all be dry, and then I'll spray them again. And that's pretty much what I do with every single baby. And then every other day I do a huge spray on all these big ones, and then these guys I try to spray lightly on the sides and a little bit on the plants, just because with those especially, they can get kind of moldy if you're not careful with how much you spray. Oh look, Venus coming out to say hello. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I definitely would recommend spraying your babies twice a day. Doesn't have to be super heavy, but definitely twice a day for that morning and evening humidity. And this is the little guy that's actually going out. And then I believe I'm also going to be sending them that little guy hiding in the leaf as well. This is my guy, Jon Snow. You guys are definitely familiar with him. I don't know why it's showing up more yellow, but for me, it's all that yellow is cream, but he is a fully covered, almost fully covered, I should say, dark base lily white male with that white wall popping through on his side. And he is pretty much gonna be going with Ginge and Cleo, I believe, and I can show you guys here shortly. But he is not bred yet. He been fully around from my previous breeding season. I think I've had him since he was about 4 or 5 grams, I want to say. And he is a big boy now. He's not the biggest of the males or the females. I have one that is a chunk, which you guys are familiar with, and that's Cleo. But yeah, this guy is going to be a staple moving forward for my high white, lily white projects. And I can't wait to see what he can produce. So this is Cleo. She is not fired up right now, but she is probably the biggest Crested Gecko that we have in the gecko room. She, I believe, is 60 something grams. And when she is fully fired up, it's kind of, again, showing yellow, but she is pretty much just all cream. And with that patterning on there, I hope her and John could also make some great looking lily white babies as well. And plus that head structure, might have the best one besides Sinatra in the collection. This beautiful little girl is Ginge, and she is one of the lucky ladies who's going to be going with Jon Snow to create what you guys just saw, some beautiful sable lily whites, sables, lily whites, and normals. And you can see she is super duper dark. I mean, she gets almost black, which I absolutely love the contrast. And her, John, with that dark base and that white full coverage from John and a ton of white on her, they're gonna be some fantastic top of the line babies coming our way, which I am stoked for. And hopefully I don't want to keep them all. This is my boy Sinatra, so I believe he is going to be the lucky male that is going to be paired to Violet, who I'll show you guys here a little bit later. So hopefully we can make some killer sable lily whites, sables, lily whites, and normals. I mean, he has a fantastic pattern on him, and I love it. And he is paper white. I know it's not really shown well on camera. There you go. It's a little bit better here. But I mean, as you can see, some crazy markings on this guy. I'm really looking forward to it. This guy came from AJD Reptiles. Then you guys know the infamous Violet. This is the one that I was saying that is gonna get likely bred to Sinatra, who you guys just saw. She is a beautiful lily white female that came from early geckos. I got her when she was a baby as well, and she's about to get ready and be ready for breeding weight, but I want to maintain it a little bit before she gets started. But hopefully we'll have some great looking babies from them by the end of this year. And this guy up in here, that's Paris. And again, you guys have seen him. Now that is yellow. So he is a super soft scale lily white male, and I'm not gonna disturb him. He's just getting some water, but I believe he's gonna get paired to Latte, I think, this year. And I'm gonna be interested to see. It's just one for him again. And hopefully with him and Latte, because he was with Spice this past season, and everyone knows how Spice looks. She's not the best looking, but she is my baby. She is my number one. And I'm gonna be really pumped to see that soft scale with Latte. Once you guys see Latte, you will understand why I think that's gonna be a beautiful pairing. Now this girl is Latte. I got from Palm Street, from AJD Reptiles as well. And that was actually a pretty good, quick and easy service. But she is gonna get paired to Paris, I think. She does have some yellow on top of her head, and I think with Paris, especially with that huge white wall on her and that huge full pin on her as well, pretty much, will look fantastic as a soft scale with Paris, especially after the offsprings. I've seen that once you saw a frap from Han and Bengal that was produced, these guys are gonna produce some killer caps and fraps. But now that y'all saw pretty much my breeding plans for 2026, I believe it's 4 pairings that I'm gonna keep. Maybe 5 if I can find Martini a nice full coverage lily white female, but pretty much all those guys up there are all babies. Some of them do have 2 for the smaller ones just so they can grow a little bit, but majority of them do have just 1 in there. I believe I ended the count with 18 maybe babies on the first go, and then we did have 3 mishaps throughout the journey. Unfortunately, 3 of them did not make it. 1 out of the egg was deformed, and 2 of them did have an illness of some sort and passed away a little bit after them hatching. It was sad to see, and I don't know if I was ready for it, but I'm glad that we have 18 beautiful ones that are healthy, thriving, and doing really well right now. There's a Martini Jr. in there. It's awesome that you can see from the little eggs that you hatch of what pairing that they come from. I mean, that. And there's Papa. He's such a beautiful guy. Even if I don't breed him moving forward, I'm not too sure the direction I want to go, if caps are going to be in the rotation or not with him. But he is a beautiful male, and I will likely never get rid of him. He came from Belgium, and he is the only one that I've gotten from overseas as a baby, so I'll always remember that one. But yeah, man, that is Martini 2.0 in a little shell. But overall, I would say for my first breeding season, I think it went pretty well. There was a lot of patience that you had to have. I didn't realize how long of just waiting for the first eggs to drop, and then waiting for them to hatch. and then you have to be super patient with them, persistent, spraying them twice a day, make sure they get food, make sure they get crickets at least once a week to help them grow, because what I've seen is crickets having that live food maybe, I want to say once a week, maybe every other week, is they boost their growth tremendously. I think I'm gonna try to stick more to the higher end stuff moving forward. I like normals, but that 50-50%, like that cap to normal ratio, is kind of rough. I like that 25-25-25-25 split, unless it's a super nice pairing, like a Lily White and Extreme Harley. That could be different, but again, kind of try to collect them all in the beginning. That is one thing I don't know if I'd recommend, is trying to collect them all. I think I talked about this in an earlier video. Just have a purpose, have a plan, and stick to it. I know there's a bunch of beautiful geckos, and not even for geckos, reptiles out there. Just try to stick it out, try to have a game plan in mind, and it'll be well worth it after. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit all over the place of feeding my gecko, spraying all of that, and then walking through my 2026 confirmed breeding pairs. And if you guys are interested, I will post up a follow-up once they successfully breed. And then I'm sure that the babies will be available at some point. Might try to keep them a little private, exclusive, but we'll see. Thank you guys once again, and thank you, shout out to 123 subscribers. Thank you again for getting my goal of 100. So maybe next video I'll do a giveaway for a normal gecko, and all you gotta do is pay shipping. Thank you guys once again. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell me what you want to see next. I got a couple ideas coming. Potentially a new reptile that's not a gecko, potentially a new fish tank. So I'll keep y'all posted, document the journey. Thanks again, love you guys, peace.